Hello everyone, this is 3:30 in the morning here in Brazil. UFC 198 is officially in the books, and I'm here with Demian Maia, one of the stars of the show tonight, to talk about Steve Miocic being the new UFC heavyweight champion, him being probably the probably the next in line for the UFC welterweight championship. Let's start first, Demian, please, about your fight. Were you surprised with Matt Brown being able to defend your submission attempts for that long?
Yeah, I know he's a guy who works hard, who trains a lot, and I knew he was going to be prepared for that. So, he was able to defend well the back. I was able to get him in the end, but, was not easy, I think in this division, everybody's pretty tough, especially top 10 or top 15.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you right after the fight, you asked for a shot at the title. UFC is doing now Robbie Lawler against Tyron Woodley. Are you confident that you're going to get the winner of that fight?
I gotta be confident, I gotta be with my wins. Now I'm the Brazilian with most wins in the UFC, 17 wins. I have 5 wins in a row, and I beat tough guys like. I will do my part. I will do my part. I will be ready, and I'm gonna ask for the title, and I will be ready for fight for the title. It doesn't depend on me, but after the fight, I ask for the help of the fans and the journalists too. I think I deserve.
You're being more vocal about it, asking for it. Do you think that's going to help you?
I think so. I think people need to know that you want it. And I have, since I dropped to 170, I have 8 wins, just 2 losses. 1 loss was a split decision for a great guy, and the other one for another great guy, Rory McDonald, was fight of the night. It was a great fight. So, I think I'm ready to try go for the title.
Talk about the UFC main event now. Verdun lost a quick fight against Miocic. Were you surprised about it?
Heavyweights, you're never surprised because the knockout can happen anytime. But what I think the mistake that Verdun made is just he felt that Miocic was feeling, was kind of dizzy, I don't know, and he ran through, and it was very dangerous, And I think also he said that the focus was hard, was almost 50,000 people, and all the Brazilians rooting for you. So, like for me, for instance, my goal was to keep my concentration all the time, and I think that was hard, especially for him, the last fight, the title fight, the heavyweight championship of the world. But I hope he will come back better and strong.
Verdun usually doesn't just rush like he did tonight against Miocic. How do you keep these distractions like the biggest events in Brazil, huge crowd? How do you keep that away from your head, like when you're walking to the cage and you're fighting?
Yeah, especially in my fight, because Matt Brown, he had some issues with the crowd when he did the waiting. So the crowd, people came to me in the streets, and say, you gotta kill him, you gotta kill him. And I said, and I think to myself, I need to keep the focus. I cannot be emotional, because if I train, everything that I need to do to win that fight, And if I was, having a lot of emotion, I couldn't make a mistake. And so, it's inside talk all the time. No, just focus on, you have 3 rounds to do, just focus on the fight, focus on your opponent, don't focus about anything else, and don't get, just because people want you to, like go after and kill the guy. You don't need to do that, just go and win the fight, and that's what I did.
With Stipe as a new champion, Verdun asked for a immediate rematch. Alistair Overeem is right up there. If you're Dana White and Joe Silva, which fight you book next?
That's tough. That's not my job. That's their job. My job is tough, is to fight, and their job is tough too. But I let that for them.
In the co-main event, we had a big fight between Vitor Belfort and Jacare. First, Jacare had a better reaction from the crowd. Vitor got booed in the entrance and even got a vai morrer chance tonight.
Yes.
Were you surprised, given that Vitor is such a star for 20 years in the sport?
I was a little bit surprised. I think Vitor, he deserved the respect, and I know both, both are, guys that I've been training with Vitor for a couple of years, long time ago when I was a jiu-jitsu fighter. I fought Jacaré, and we used to be in the same team. We fought twice, so it was nice to see both fighting, for me. And they are pretty tough, but Jacaré was much better tonight.
Yeah. Vitor couldn't put the trigger in the striking area, and when Jacaré got the mounts, it was pretty much done over there. How tough it is to fight Jacaré on the ground? You had that experience in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, twice. Final of ADCC in 2005, and the final of World Cup in 2005. And his pressure is something amazing. It's something there you never want to get there. Even the fight that I won, I lost one and I won the other one. Was pretty. It was a war, and I was saying to some guys nowadays, some people, they do like in Abu Dhabi, they do some old rematches, like they did now Pé de Pano and Comprido and Soca and Robinho, and I said, oh, it would be nice, but I don't want to fight Jacaré anymore. It's enough, we fought twice. And then I told him, and he said, I don't want you to fight against you, so it's great,
Yeah. He asked for a title shot now against the winner of Chris Weidman, Luke Rockhold. Do you think that he has what it takes to if given this chance, to bring the belt back to Brazil?
I think so. I think he's the guy to get that belt. He's physically, he's amazing, and technically, and what he did in his jiu-jitsu career, and now with this stand-up, he's so, I'm a big fan of him. I think he's the guy nowadays to get the title.
Between Weidman and Rockhold, which one do you think is a worse matchup for him?
For him, man, I fought Weidman. He's pretty tough, and Rockhold is also a guy that is very impressive. Every time I see him fight, I say, man, this guy has no gaps, in his game. So I really don't know. Both are, they are tall, they're strong, they're good in every area. So will be tough, for Jacaré anyway. So I think really, I have a hard time to analyze that. I really don't know.
Yeah. One of the biggest moments of the night was Chris Cyborg's UFC debut. It was kind of expected that she would win, but do you expect her to win that fast?
Yeah, I think so. Chris is always like that. He always rush, and if her opponent is not really prepared, it's always something like that happen.
Do you think it's time for the UFC to create that her division?
I think it would be nice. I think the girls they deserve to have more space. It will come in, I don't know, now or 1 year or 2 years, but it will come for sure.
Yeah, we have to wrap it up. Just one last question. Among the other fights, which one was the best in your opinion?
Man, I like very much, Shogun, because, he's my friend and we train together, and, it was a great fight. Man, there was so many, since the undercard till the main event, the card was great today. The card was great, the crowd was amazing, so I haven't to be in the history of, the mixed martial arts and the UFC.
Yeah, it was a huge event. They didn't end in a good note for the Brazilians with Verdun losing his title, but it was a great event for the UFC. This is Guilherme Cruz. Thank you, Demian Maia, for breaking down the fights for us, and good luck in the future. See you in the next event.
Thank you.